I'm Shaun.
And we're married.
Been married for 3.5 years.
And it's been great. Yay, marriage.
Yay, marriage. Marriage is great. Don't let anybody tell you different. But from the beginning of our relationship, there's been somebody else there. There's been something else in our lives that's been constant from the beginning.
It's food.
Yes. Food has been there pretty much the entire time. It's something we've always loved to do together. I mean, just from the very beginning.
Even when we were dating, we had this place that we would always go back to and get popsicles. And it was a place that I went to beforehand, and then I introduced Shaun to it when we started dating.
And she lied to me on our first date.
I did lie, but it was for a good cause.
Apparently.
I had a friend who, right before we were going on this date, she's like, you need to get a picture of this boy and send it to me. And I was like, that's super awkward. I'm not just going to take a picture of him.
So she was like, well, I always take a picture at Steel City Pops with whatever flavor I got to document it. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
So the tradition was then born.
Was then born, and it started. I don't think I knew that until like 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah.
So
I didn't tell him for a long time.
Cool.
But that was when I created that tradition. But it is now a real tradition.
Yeah, whenever we go, even now, still, when we go back to Dallas, we take a picture. And I mean, even beyond that, like when we were engaged, our entire relationship was long distance, pretty much from the beginning. And our first time she came to go see me, the first thing we did was go out for pizza. And just, it was a huge, we just were glad to see each other. And then when we got engaged, like,
pizza again.
part of what we remember about that day was we had really good pizza.
Super good.
Right before I drove her to the place where we got engaged. Tune in for the engagement story some other time.
Hey, there we go.
But she had no idea, just saying.
He did a really good job surprising me. Anyways, carry on. Oh, and then we had Steel City Pops again at our engagement
party. And then again, and just it kept being there, something that was really powerful and special to us. We just loved it. It was so much fun.
We had donuts at our wedding.
Amazing call, by the way.
Best part of the food was the donuts.
Yes.
Moving on. We don't like to talk about
She's
this.
not better.
We talked about the donuts, but that's all we talked about.
And then on our honeymoon, we went. We were at an all-inclusive resort, which means obviously you get as much food as you can, and
So you try as much as you can.
You try everything, and we would both get something different and try it. And very early we started playing this game where she'd get one thing, I'd get another, we'd share because that's what you do.
Which, by the way, we're discovering that
not
some
everybody does.
Couples don't share their food. So I want to know, is it like 50-50? Is it more people are nice and share, or more people are just rude and selfish? Sorry.
I do get like wanting your food.
Are you a sharer, or are you this is my food, you ordered yours for a reason, I ordered mine for a reason?
Yes, let us know. The only time we do that is with Chick-fil-A. We eat our own food and leave it alone, except she's sweet and shares her fries.
Yes, I am sweet.
Yes.
Well, it's because I eat so much dessert.
So we did, but anyway, that tradition started. We're like, oh, this is fun, and she won hardcore.
And I still continue.
And she still continues to, because we keep doing it. Like, it's still been this huge part of our lives. And then as we got married, cooking together became important to us. We would do it pretty regularly. But for a long time, it was just cooking out of usually Pinterest. We'd just look something up. If we liked it, we'd make it again. If we didn't, we wouldn't. And we had our standbys,
We'd get in our ruts, make the same thing because we liked them, but we weren't being creative or challenging ourselves to try new things. So, until more recently.
Yes, this has kind of caused us to really just be stuck at home. And so we've been cooking a lot more, and we found ourselves turning more and more to the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook.
Which my mom gave to us as a wedding gift, because I grew up with the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. And I think he did too without realizing it.
One of my family's favorite recipes was a roll recipe that we all just thought was my mom's secret genius. It wasn't. It was straight out of the Better. They've still got it in there.
We discovered it in this cookbook.
Which is fine. Love you, Mom. And yeah, it's just these classic American recipes. And recently we have the 17th edition, which is the new one. They've just started including a lot of, this is not a sponsorship either, we just like this cookbook. They've just started including a lot of new recipes intermingled in with those kind of American classics. And I don't know, just sort of as a joke,
I just kind of threw out there last week or sometime. I was just like, hey, what if we just cooked our way through a whole cookbook? And I was not expecting Shaun to just be like, okay.
Sure, why not? Because we really have been having a lot of fun, and it's made us realize that we can, cooking at home is doable. Anybody can do it. So yeah.
You can challenge yourself to learn new things, but also when you do that, you learn that things aren't as challenging as you think. I just created a really cool tagline.
Yeah, there you go. Well done. When you challenge, what was it?
When you challenge yourself to learn something new, you learn that it's not as challenging as you thought.
Boom. Got it. Sometimes it is, though.
Sometimes it is. We're going to have to boil live lobsters one day. It's in the cookbook.
Yeah.
Back to the challenge.
Back to the challenge. But basically, we're not chefs. We just wanted to document our journey with food. Food's
Learning
been there.
how to make new food, eating the food that we make, because
Yes. And that's just kind of, and we just decided that was it. So we decided this would
Pretty
be
simple.
that's it, us and food. That's why it's called that. And that is why this was our first thing we decided to do. Our first challenge we'd take on was cooking through this cookbook.
So there are 800 something recipes, not including variations, because throughout the cookbook they have like a recipe for, say, pan sauce, which we've made, and they have, I think, 5 or 6 different variations. We're not counting all those variations as recipes we're going to try.
No.
They say on their cookbook they have over 1,200 recipes, and that includes all those variations, I believe. So we tried to get a rough count. It's somewhere around 830-ish.
And
we'll update you.
The way we just sort of we figured that out, and this is kind of be our rule as we go through. I can find it. Is these. Each section has got an index with a list of recipes. As we go through the recipes, we're going to put a check mark next to them.
Little baby check mark. Mark.
And any notes that we want to keep and go from there, we'll throw in. But that's how we got our count. This is not going to try and be done in a year. We're
not going to Julie and Julia up in here. We are a little bit. It is part of our inspiration.
But we like other food too, and we want to try other recipes and eat out.
We like eating out because we're in Chicago right now.
There's a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah, we're not going to just not go out.
But we kind of looked at it, and we think probably rough estimate before she turns 30, which is 2.5.
That's a rough goal.
Rough goal.
About
and
2.5.
We'll just keep working on it, and yeah, that's a challenge.
Wait, is it 2.5 years? No, 3.5 years.
That's what I thought.
I've been thinking 2.5 this whole time. I'm not 27 yet. I was stuck in 23 in my mind for like 5 years, and now I've been 27 for the past few weeks, even though I'm not.
Even though she's not
Anyways.
yet. I am. Late 20s. So that's kind of where we're at. That's the challenge, and we're just going to go through this journey and kind of document it.
And it's going to be delicious and fun, and if you want to cook along with us, get you a Better Homes and Gardens 17th edition. We will be sharing page numbers so that you can try the recipes as well. That's it.
Did we set the timer on this?
I thought I did. We got brownies in the oven.
Shoot.
We gotta check the brownies.